Kīlauea Volcano Eruption was triggered by excessive rainfall in 2018, according to a new study. And we have USGS videos of that eruption, very fast-flowing lava. And as we remember, it was about 16 miles an hour, rivers of lava flowing. So this is by University of Miami on phys.org, by Dalia Udall. Excessive and sustained rainfall triggered the 2018 eruption of Kīlauea Volcano in Hawaii, according to researchers at University of Miami, Rosenstiel School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences. And we have to keep this in mind that we have a cyclone over the western, northwest coast of the United States, yesterday, today, tomorrow. And it's going to be excessive rainfall there, 30-foot tides. We're talking about North California, Washington, Oregon, and of course Vancouver. So we have a lot of high-threat volcanoes there as well. Now going back to this, the researchers suggest that local rainfall patterns may contribute significantly to the timing and frequency of the eruption at Kilauea and perhaps at other volcanoes. It's not just Kilauea, but the rainfall, excessive rainfall, could of course cause a trigger of the eruptions in other volcanoes. A new study published in the journal Nature magazine, University of Miami Rosenstiel School scientists Jamie Farquharson and Falk Ameling showed that the eruption was likely initiated by prolonged and at many times extreme rainfall in the months leading up to that event, the volcanic eruption 2018. It lasted for over 3 months. They said, we knew that changes in the water content in the Earth's subsurface can trigger earthquakes, of course, and landslides. We now know that it can also trigger volcanic eruptions. This is what Falk Ameling, professor of geophysics at University of Miami Rosenstiel School, said. He said, under pressure from magma, wet rock breaks easier than dry rock. It is as simple as that, he said. The long-lived eruption of Kilauea, one of Hawaii's most active volcanoes, entered an extraordinary new phase May 3rd, 2018, throwing incandescent lava nearly 200 feet in the air and spewing lava over 13 square miles across the well-populated east coast of Hawaii's Big Island. The unprecedented eruption, which destroyed hundreds of homes, involved the collapse of the summit caldera before it ceased 4 months later in September of 2018. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. So using a combination of ground-based and satellite measurements of rainfall, Farquharson and Ameling modeled the fluid pressure within the volcano edifice over time, a factor that can directly influence the tendency for mechanical failure in the subsurface, ultimately driving volcanic activity. The team's results highlight that fluid pressure was at its highest in almost half a century, immediately prior to the Kilauea 2018 eruption, which they propose facilitated magma movement beneath the volcano. Their hypothesis also explains why there was no widespread uplift at the volcano in the months prior. So it didn't have that much wide uplift. Isn't that something? Now, an eruption happens when the pressure in the magma chamber is high enough to break the surrounding rock and the magma travels to the surface, said Ameling. This pressurization causes inflation of the ground by tens of centimeters, as we did not see any significant inflation in the year prior to the eruption. We started to think about alternative explanations. So you see how dangerous it is. It doesn't mean that if a volcano does not inflate that it's not going to erupt. It also has to do with the rainfall. They said while small steam explosions and volcanic earthquakes have been linked to rainfall infiltration at other volcanoes in the past, this is the first time that this mechanism has been invoked to explain deeper magmatic processes. Interestingly, When we investigate Kilauea's historic eruption record, we see that magmatic intrusions and recorded eruptions are almost twice as likely to occur during the wettest parts of the year, said Jamie Farquharson, postdoctoral researcher at Rosenstahl School and lead author of the study. The authors highlight that if this process can be detected at Kilauea, then it's likely to occur elsewhere in other volcanoes around the world. Having established the evidence of rainfall-triggered eruptions at Kilauea, he said, it will be fascinating to investigate other volcanoes. If we can identify regions of the globe where this kind of coupling between rainfall and volcanism exists, it could go a long way towards advancing warning of associated volcanic hazards. It was, he said, it has been shown that the melting of ice caps in Iceland lead to changes of volcanic productivity. As ongoing climate change is predicted to bring about changes in rainfall patterns, we expect that this may similarly influence patterns of volcanic activity. This study was only possible thanks to a number of Earth-observing satellites, said Ameling. We obtained precipitation information from a joint mission between NASA and the Japanese Space Exploration Agency, and ground deformation observations from a mission of the European Space Agency, he said. The study, titled Extreme Rainfall, triggered the 2018 rift eruption at Kīlauea Volcano by Farquharson and Ameling from University of Miami, Rosenstahl School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences, published in the journal Nature magazine, April 22nd, 2022, and this is on phys.org. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. And we'll just enjoy some of the 2018 USGS eruption videos.